Hey, what's up? So, just wanted to talk about Oppenheimer, which I talked to Barbie first since I watched Barbie first, then Oppenheimer. But I did watch Oppenheimer really late, 11:30 p.m. to 3 a.m. So, that was like I was struggling to stay awake even though I wanted to stay awake to watch the movie. I did. I was eating popcorn to stay awake, but like my eyes weren't listening to me. It did get a little hard since I don't really sleep that late. So they get a little hard, but overall the movie was really good as well. And if you didn't know, Oppenheimer is about the Manhattan Project, where during World War II they made the first atomic bombs. So that was super interesting to see and watch. Since I don't know, it was more so like a more serious and darker movie that it didn't really pull any jokes or anything like that. There were some. There were like some jokes I would say like that were I guess like that people laughed at. There were just like some moments during the movie that was just like funny. I guess like it was like some like shots. It wasn't necessarily any dialogue, but there were like some shots that just I guess had like a comedic tone to it. But for the most part, the movie was really serious because I mean it's literally the Manhattan Project making the first atomic bomb that led to an arms race with Russia. So like compared to Barbie too, right? It's completely different. Completely different. Like Barbie was all fun, whereas Oppenheimer was really really serious. And for 3 hours, I think the pacing was really good as well. The creation of the bomb, like what took place with his backstory, with Oppenheimer's backstory, as well as you would see like Strauss and like I guess the hearing for Oppenheimer as well for whether or not he would get his security clearance and the creation of the atomic bomb as well. So you had like I guess it was like the present day and then the past with during the creation of the Manhattan Project, and it was like it goes back and forth a little bit, but I think they did it really well in terms of seeing how we got to that point where they were in the top secret facility, creating the bomb itself with all the physicists and all the engineers, and then you had the other part where they were talking. Well, Oppenheimer was in a hearing that was pretty much rigged for him to not get a security clearance, and then you had another part where it was with Strauss about talking about. I believe he had a hearing. I think his was a hearing, or not really necessarily something to get indicted on, but just talking about his relation with Oppenheimer himself. So I thought that it was really cool to see just the the mind's work, right? He was with Albert. There were some moments with Albert Einstein, him talking with him to understand whether or not it's really like the consequences of building this. It's like his genius led to something that killed hundreds of thousands of people since they were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And when the bomb, like when they had like their final test for the bomb, it was crazy. If that, I don't know if that was real. Like apparently that's real. I guess like that's what my friend said, that Christopher Nolan, he's completely serious about this. No CGI, none of that. But that last bomb, when they finally like unravel what they have to do to make it so destructive, it was crazy. It was crazy to see. Like moment of silence, a long period of silence, and then boom, you hear the noise, you feel the shockwave, you could see the shockwave hit the people. It was crazy to see. But then, like, working on the Manhattan Project, right? It's like, why, like, he knew that the moments they started working on this, that it would probably lead to an arms race with Russia, and like could lead to even more destruction, since having this knowledge, even though you might have good intentions with it, it's gonna have consequences as well. You're gonna use this as a destructive force, and your other countries are gonna take note of that too, and make sure that they have some sort of security in place to have that same level of threat too. But I don't think I can explain it that good now. It was, I think you have to go see it for yourself. It's a 3 hour movie. But I just think that it was really cool to see the movie itself. I think it was like really well made. Um, I guess there were some parts that were kind of awkward. Like they were, he was having sex with like a lady, and she, she got out of the bed and then read Sanskrit and stuff. And then there's other parts where I don't know. It was just some other parts, I guess, like with the wife at home or with like some of the dinner parties and stuff like that. That was kind of weird in my opinion. Like the pacing was a little, it was a little strange, but I think it was kind of minor or just like I was getting tired. Like my mind, since it was 3 a.m., I woke up at like 7 a.m., so really late. But I do think Oppenheimer was good to watch as well. I don't know if you should do the Barbenheimer, like do that both, because I think Barbie was good standalone. Oppenheimer, of course, standalone as well. But if you want to do the 5 hour trek, do it both together. I think it was both really good. Oppenheimer, good as well. So many good movies this year. It's crazy. So far, we're only halfway through the year and so many good movies already. But yeah, short, shitty review of Oppenheimer. See you guys later. Bye.